So, been joining with us. We have discussed that we're going to refinish these cabinets. So I'm going to, I pulled the worst one I could find out of the bunch, and I was just going to sand this down and at least prime it just to make sure that it looks okay, so I don't waste a bunch of time, because this one's obviously the worst. Kind of see down here there's a little split, and obviously it's just pretty rough looking. So I was just going to do this one first just to make sure it's feasible to do, so we don't have to replace the cabinet. It is pretty rough, the kitchen one, at least the sink one is. The rest are pretty good, but this is by far the worst one. So if we can save this one, we can save it all. So if you guys want to just tune along and watch, and hopefully we'll get a finished product today and get you something. So before I do anything else, I need to remove the handles on this door. So you can see it's got these old nasty things on here. So they come out really simple. Just got a basic little power drill here, and they're pretty loose already. Just slide right out. That sounds like it's out too. Yep. Okay. So handle off. That's it. As far as having this thing ready to start sanding. Pretty gross on this bottom side here. You can tell on the inside it's pretty nasty. So I'm not even going to bother cleaning it off. It's just going to get sanded. So I'm just going to dive in here and I'll show you guys. So my mom has some of these, but anyway, she's 2 hours from my house, so we went ahead and got one of these at Menards. They're only, I think we paid 25 bucks for it. So, and if you guys know anything about taxes and how that works, like, so this is deductible, as it is part of the flip. So it's one cool thing that you get to keep afterwards. So it comes off your earnings, and then you get to keep it as well. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, this one's just a cheapo one. We're just doing cabinets, so it should get the job done. I've got 80 grit and 220, so hit it with the 80 first, and then hit with the finer spots at the 220. So these things pretty cheap as well. Found them on sale. I believe these packs were only like $1 or $2 a piece, which is quite incredible. So we got as many as we could. But I'll stop talking and start sanding. All right, so got the 80 grit on there. Be sure to align the holes if you're doing this at home. That allows the sand to get trapped, or not the sand, but your dust to get trapped in its trapper, I guess. Okay, let's go on. I was always taught to go in kind of a cross hatch pattern. So instead of just pressing firm on one spot, I was always taught to go one direction and then come back the opposite. Of course, you probably saw in my video I didn't quite follow that 100%, but that's what I try to do. You know, you may have a harder area that needs hit a little bit harder, so you press down a little bit on the corner, but you can see that's kind of why the wear is on the corners here. But anyway, just a little tip. Alright, so I'm using just a rattle can on this first one for sure, maybe first couple. I just wanted to kind of test this out and see how they do before we dumped a bunch of money into them. So this is an oil-based primer, so I think that is important to note. We got it because It is a stain blocker, and the oil base is going to be a little bit thicker than your water, so should do a little bit better on these cabinets. But anyway, it also had a picture of a cabinet on the can. So yeah, we'll give it a shot and see what it goes. Rust-Oleum, so you know, a good quality at least. And yes, I am using, just spraying it on the table. Obviously you can tell before, we've had a number of projects on the table. See how I did that there? That's not good. Kind of tall, but good news is it's primer, so it should knock out with some good paint. When you're doing these sprays though, you gotta just be careful of that. They call that orange peel, and rookie sprayers like myself tend to do that. Now, before you guys ridicule me on my spraying, I don't know, I think it's pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry. That's obviously just the first coat. I don't know, looking pretty good to me. We've got Maria to work today. She is getting our cabinet doors ready, putting some mineral spirits on them, and
we are pros at this because we did it on our own house.
Yeah, so we've recreated our workbench with a Amazon box. We still got this one over here. But anyway, what she's doing is putting some mineral spirits on it and wiping all the dust off for when we go to paint here in a few hours. I've got to finish sanding these. All right, Maria's about to paint. Well, she's about to prime anyway. We've got our makeshift paint booth here. We got to put up the... we bought some shower curtains. Here's an example of kind of what we're going to do, or at least we did last time. It worked out really well. Just kind of put it all around and protect at least the walls anyway. But yep, so we got them hanging. All we did was get some string, and obviously it's pretty sketchy, but it's going to work.
Put some hooks in.
Yep. So how we hung these, and I don't know if you can see this okay, but we can show you on one of these over here. Mm-hmm. Is so you drill a little hole at the opposite side of the handle, and you just screw in these like little hooks, and it makes it easy to hang, and the hole isn't even visible really once you're done. And like I said, it's on the opposite side, so no one would even ever know. And I'll get Maria filming here in a little bit, but shower now curtains. First we gotta put up the paint booth with the shower curtains. There she goes. So we just did rattle can primer, just because it's a lot easier than messing with the paint gun twice. So we are going to spray we have the gray paint, and I'm going to use a spray gun and just spray them. But we're going to rattle can these, and they're going to dry. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. We'll see how much time we got. But this is the plan.
Look at our paint shop.
Isn't this a nice paint shop? This is exactly what we did for our cabinets, and it worked out great. Nothing gets on the floor. Works great. We got a little vent going for the it's paint day. And we've got a new paint gun we're trying out today. Got these all primed up. Of course, they're not perfect, obviously. It was with rattle can, but there's enough primer on there where there's enough to at least have the paint stick, which is good. So I wanted to show you kind of, I've already got half of these done, so this is the other half. I was before I recorded, I just wanted to get used to this gun, and I don't really like it, but it's I guess it's getting the job done. It's a little sloppy at spots, but here's some of the finished product. There's the other two hanging right there. Garage is a mess due to all this, but yeah, that's kind of what they're looking like. We'll see how they dry. I don't know if I have to hit them with another coat or not, or or if one's enough. The thing with this gun is the hopper, I guess you'd call it, is pretty small, and for all those cabinets, it took less than one. So that's a lot of cabinet coverage. I bought 3 gallons of paint, and I think we only need half a gallon. So unless we hit it with another coat. 4th time maybe I've used a paint gun in my life. The other time was doing my own cabinets, and made my own mistakes then too. But they look great now compared to where they were, and we're gonna keep going. So I figured I'd at least film a little bit. Man, I sound old. Film video a little bit of this gun. Now again, it's not perfect. The spray is very thin. The previous gun I had, it really coated it on there well, so I have to do a lot of back and forth with this one. But anyway, you all can watch and enjoy, and I'll put on some music and